to tell you a quick story that's not going to be in the interview. Okay. But maybe it'll be in the vlog part. Oh, you know what? I have no idea what that's going to look like. Oh, duh. If it's running, that could be the test take, duh. And actually, I don't even have to... Let me just play back what I have. I just want to see. And that's probably only funny to us because we know all the players involved and we just threw in a lot of code. I don't want a lawsuit that makes me owe money before I make any money. You know? So give me a chance to get the money first, then start suing me.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, not making money lawsuits. No, just kidding.
That was pretty quick-handed.
You like that? It's a little, yeah. I got mad interview skills, ninja interview skills.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barbara Walters over here.
A little different from the last concert video in that we got a nice relaxing spot to sit. Although it doesn't show up on camera, I basically knocked over some kind of big display last time.
Half the apartment heard it.
Yeah, it was like sitting through an earthquake in California, but we're in Connecticut. It was just like crash! And over here in this room, matter of fact, this is where his mom was sitting. She was like, "Great, what was that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nothing, Mom. You got it." You know, we're like teenagers again.
Yeah.
Not that was that long ago.
Yeah. Give or take 5 years.
Yeah, just a handful of years. Yeah.
Don't go in the mosh pit, Greg.
Yeah. You know, Steve, I was thinking about doing it until you just mentioned it to me.
Because I was totally going to throw elbows, all knees and elbows in there, man.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You know what I think we should do? Based on this conversation, after the show,
Yeah.
either tell your mom and your sister so that, the message gets to your sister. But either way, make it so that Stacy thinks that we got kicked out from Asha. It's like, yo, he goes, the middle of Overkill set, dude, bouncers toss us on our ass. They're like, why? Because, we were pushing people and shoving and slam dancing and we knocked a couple of millennials over. And they kicked us right out, dude. They told us never come back.
Yeah. We got thrown out and literally they said, you come back to Jersey, you will be arrested and fined.
That's like the one bouncer, I insulted his mother. He was like, yo, you come back, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
You come back to Jersey, you're dead. Oh, yeah, just like that. That's what the bouncer said to me. Yeah, that's what we should do. I like this color on this. Oh, the red just disappeared. That looked cool. That's right. We're parked. We're gonna go check this out, right?
Yes, we are.
You know, Mr. Greg, I think you're old enough now to carry your own ticket, so here you go, buddy.
Thanks.
Here we go.
Yay. He's a big boy now. So we survived the show. I went to record a little segment walking back here in the alley, but dumbass that I am, I forgot to hit record. I spit out this whole spiel that was actually kind of cool, funny. More funny than cool, because my ass was cold. And you ain't gonna see it because it didn't record. We'll recap when we hit the diner, but just a quick thing was that it was a really fun show. I thought it was a really fun show. All three bands were great, but especially Overkill. That's really what I'm gonna say right now. We'll get into more nitty gritty and better lighting at the diner.
This band kicked my ass.
They definitely kicked ass. And being somebody who doesn't know Overkill as well, whatever song that they played right before they went into encores, that last song before the encores was awesome. That song was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The power behind, oh my gosh, the precision and the dynamics. I was just in there, I was like, man, this song is badass. And then he's like, good night. I was like, oh, encore time. Encore time. They came out, played a couple encores. We'll stop talking about that now because I want to get into details. Unless you got a real quick thing you want to say before we head over there.
Bobby Blitz beats the out of me. That man's in his late 60s, and he's in better shape than I am. Me.
Not just that the man's in great shape, like physical shape. I tell you what, the kind of singing that he does, that kind of vocal at his age, I was very impressed.
Yep.
Yeah. He made it look like he was half the age that he is. Really, no exaggeration. He really was badass. One of the good things about the fact that we're in Montclair is that we're only about 25 miles from Mawa. I would just like saying it that way because it feels like someone's speaking through a wah pedal. Wah, 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 wah.
Wah, wah.
So the Mawa, and therefore State Line Diner. I haven't been to all the diners in New Jersey, but obviously, but I tell you what, it's my favorite diner in Jersey. It even beats out a number of New York diners I've been to. As much as I love New York, this particular diner can give most New York diners a run for their money and then some.
I agree 1,000%, Joey.
Please tell me I just hit the one that said New Jersey. There shouldn't be no other Mawa even available, first off. So I don't even know what's up with that. But right when I pressed it, it looked like it said NU instead of NJ. And I'm like, first of all, where the f*** are you? What state is that?
That must be in England.
Yeah, well, not quite going that far to have. There you go, State Line Diner. Mawa. And now, the show was the most important thing, but this is the next important thing. State Line Diner, still open 24 hours, post-pandemic, mofos. That's right. We're going to get some rub on.
Exactly.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to order, but chances are it's going to be off of page 1, 3, 6, and 9. That's my prediction. I see what you did there. You're a funny man.
Well, he tried to do it, and he's not that funny.
I should have had this recording before when we said that, but oh well. We were talking about people from high school, so I figured it wasn't the right time to record, and then we freaking made the joke about the overkill that didn't get recorded, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to overdo it. It's an overkill.
It certainly is.
All right, we're actually going to cover 2 segments right now. One is for vlog. So we drove out, we were already in Jersey, drove out to Mawa, like we said we would. Of course, State Line Diner. Not only is it open, not only are they still the most reliable diner, like pretty much in the tri-state area, my opinion, still top-notch food. Food was great. Everything I had was delicious. Service, you know what? We had a waitress who, she's pretty new, so she made a couple mistakes, but she owned up to the mistakes, and she tried to like kind of make up for it, particularly to this guy, who she made the mistakes with. So I don't fault her for that. I still appreciate her, appreciate the restaurant, and the best thing, and I was saying this to one of the guys, I don't know if he's one of the owners or he's just been there a long time.
Right.
But I was saying, I'm so happy to see that they're as busy as they are. After the pandemic, you don't know, especially places like restaurants, anything like entertainment or food industry, it's like you don't know what to expect anymore. As far as whether or not they survive, whether or not they can even pull off what they were pulling off before. This place, walking in, I never would have known there was a pandemic, except for the fact that the staff was wearing masks, of course. But outside of that, I mean, business-wise, they are booming in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the food is great still. Not a complaint. I ate and stuffed myself as we always do after post-show. Who our new waitress was. Nice girl, she's new. Seemed like she was very European.
Mm-hmm. She's so European.
Yeah. And,
Let's kiss on.
reminded me of one of my brother's ex-girlfriends.
I think he was turned on by that.
Yeah.
Actually, I was kind of turned on too, even though I wasn't thinking of his brother's ex-girlfriend.
You know, but yeah, so
Her accent was pretty sexy.
it was.
Yeah, no doubt.
And she made a couple mistakes, but she tried to make it up.
Yeah.
There could have been other ways to make it up, but you know, I was in a public place. I didn't want to embarrass her
I was thinking that.
or the establishment.
So I had this comment to him, obviously when she wasn't at the table anymore. There's a point where she was going to try to offer him like something like free dessert, whatever. And of course, because he's Greg, this is not a bad thing because I would have done the exact same thing in your position. He was thinking a little, it's not that you were thinking big, it's just that you were thinking bigger than she was able to pull off for a freebie.
Right.
You know, was asking about the pumpkin pie. I totally would ask for the same thing in your place.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, I can't really pull that off, but you know, maybe like she mentions Nutella or whatever. And there's actually 2 funny things. First of all, he lets her know right away, very matter-of-factly, that he is diabetic, so therefore Nutella is really not a good option for him. Says that as he completes a stack of pancakes in front of him and reaching for syrup that was not sugar-free. She offered him sugar-free syrup. He's like, no, this syrup's fine. And I literally couldn't even speak to him for like the next 5 minutes. Not because I was angry, but because I was laughing too hard. Because he said it so serious. The delivery was perfect. Like, if that was a skit, you never would have done it as perfect as that was. That was freaking, it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take pride in that.
You should take pride in that. And the other thing, too, is that it's kind of late now. It's almost 2 a.m. at this point, so we're very giddy. Have they met us? I mean, come on.
Maybe they will, hopefully, in the future, but...
What was the other funny thing I said? I wanted to make sure I said when I was out here. It was like one of the last really funny things.
Damn it.
Oh, yes, the bathroom. So, you have a bit of a trip back for me to drop this guy off. It's under an hour, but not by much. So I was like, hey, I should try to use the bathroom before I go so that it's not like urgent by the time I get back to Norwalk. Step into the men's room, and thank God, I'm an atheist, but thank God there's a urinal right there because somebody was in the stall. And I'm like, okay, someone's in the stall, no problem. I turn to the urinal, get ready to start my business, and I hear it. It wasn't earbuds. It was somebody, tearing ass in there. They're, starting up. And I could basically tell by the tone of those little announcing farts that he was only just beginning his journey. All right? And now, after I made that realization, this gentleman walks into the bathroom also. It's a multi-person bathroom. And this is a guy that was sitting at a table close to us who was being loud and obnoxious. A couple of musicians from actually local to where I live. He was kind of walking in, because, he can hear the radio playing in the place. So he's coming along, comes in. And as soon as he smells what's going on, he stopped humming. That's it. He wasn't happy anymore.
So... yeah, since, like Joey said, we have a drive back to where I live. I needed to use the bathroom and...
yeah, unfortunately for him, he went after all that happened, and he went.
Hey, good morning. It's actually afternoon now, but it feels like morning to me. I didn't sleep into the afternoon. It's just that I didn't get home from last night's excursion till about 5:30 a.m. I don't even know how the hell I kept myself awake on the drive back. Obviously I did. Thankfully I did. I just realized this morning that I don't believe I recorded a proper intro for this vlog entry for going to the show with Greg. I guess I'll find out when I get around to editing the last 24 hours events. That being the case, let me at least record a proper ending. Let me walk out to my car. As I stated, I got home really late. Basically after the diner, drove Greg home. Normally I'd come up and hang out for a little bit, but I was so freaking tired. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm dropping you to the front door. I'm outie. So I drove home, and thankfully I had filled up on gas because I really didn't need to stop. Didn't want to stop anywhere if I didn't have to. Now I'm up. I've got about 5.5 hours sleep. I think it's kind of classic. It's kind of like the 2010s all over again for me. So now I'm gonna go pick up my dog, Samantha. Quick comment about that. I got up after that minimal amount of sleep and came downstairs to start making my coffee, and just out of habit, I just kind of glanced over to where her crate is and felt a little sad that she wasn't there for me to put outside and take care of her business. So I miss my dog. Alrighty, so let me go pick her up, and things are gonna escalate once I pick her up because she always goes hog wild when I'm away from her for that long. Anyway, thanks for watching this vlog. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, share, stalk. All right, laters.